Right, welcome back everybody. As you can see from the thumbnail, we're doing a few upgrades to the rear of the van. Previously in my last couple of videos, I've done a video where I repaired the door handle, or temporary repair on the door handle, because the door handle used to just pull out. Well, after about 2 to 3 weeks, it's give way again. I did order another one when I filmed that video, just after. The new one has arrived, it's here. So this was where we had the issue on our previous one. This little flat line you can see there, it was all worn down right down there, so hopefully this is all going to be good. And I didn't actually have that little noggin on my old one, it's actually broke off. So we've got a new handle. It comes complete with a blanking plate, because this handle can go on the side door, so you get a blanking plate for the side door, or you also get a key access for the rear door as well, depending what door you want to use, and you get a little gasket as well. But I don't think I'm going to be sticking the new gasket in yet, and the keyhole access, because that just takes a lot of fiddling about to get that on. Today we're just going to actually put the new handle on, and the reason I'm not bothered about putting this on yet, because this door needs a bit of work where it needs a bit of paint, so the handle will have to come off again in the near future. So I'll save that until we take the handle off, and then we've got a new gasket to go on when we get a freshly painted door. So as I say, you do get a spare side door one as well, so I will keep that just in case our other one gets damaged in the near future. And also, as you can see, we've got ourselves a new aftermarket bumper with the rear parking sensors holes already drilled in. I mean, you can get the standard bumper without the holes, because there is little marks where you just drill them out, but for an extra, I think this was an extra £5 to get the holes already done, so I did go for that. It looks like a pretty good copy. So as you may see, one difference already, my original one is actually silver. That's because this van is a sportive. It's like a top spec one, basically, where you get all the color coded bumpers, front bumper, rear bumper, and your door mirrors. As some of you, my regular subscribers, would know, I've actually had to replace the wing mirrors on this van because they was a bit beaten up and broken when I got the van. So again, they're in black where they should be silver, and I say the bumper I did get in black. I did look for an original coloured one, but that hen's teeth to try and find one that isn't damaged, so I bit the bullet. This coming at, I think it was £85. I'll leave a link down below. It comes from eBay. I did phone up the dealers and some other motor factors that do parts, and they were coming in at about between £230 and £260 varies through them price range. So I thought I'd take the bite for £85 and have a look at this. It had good reviews on there. They sold well over 90 of them, so I'll have a little punt on it for £85. And looking at it, the quality actually looks fantastic. I think this is an insurance approved one as well, and it does come with your reflectors in as well, already in there. So for £85, I don't think you can complain at that. And again, I'm just going to stick it on, because I say you can buy these Vivaros, do come out the factory with actually black mirrors and black front and back bumpers as well. So that's just lower, it's a bit of a lower grade base. So if you've got the colour coordinated stuff, it means you've got a bit of a higher spec van. But I say I want to just put it on because this one, it is all cracked along here. There's a hole there, and it's got all this glue and stuff all been spilt on there by the previous owner. And again, it's all cracked down there as well. So, and once I've got this on, the next thing I need to find is a new door rubber, because again, that one's not too clever. It's just slowly doing odd jobs. And then once I've got that, there's a plastic bit of trim that will just come along here and just finish off this edge flooring as well. So I believe, just by looking at this bumper, there's actually only 3 fixings. One in the middle there, one at the top, and again the same down the bottom there. And just turning it around, as you can see, it's just got clips in there. So to change this bumper should only be a matter of minutes, I reckon. And you've got your proper lugs in there for your rear parking sensor. So I'm just going to pull this rubber back. I say it's not the best door rubber, this one. It does still prevent water coming in, but it just looks horrible. It is a star drive, so it's a T30, and we'll just wind this out. And I say once I've got the front bumper and a few other bits, because I'm probably looking at putting a little rear roof spoiler on this as well, just to make it look that bit more sportier. and just a nice appearance. So once we've got all the plastics that we need, then I'll start looking at getting some paint for it, and then hopefully we'll give this a bit of a freshen up this van with some fresh paint on it. Some people wouldn't want to put the bumpers on yet until you start painting, but I'm not too worried about that, because they're going to have to be rubbed down either way. So I say I'm not too worried. I just want to stop this van looking like a builder's van basically. So from the behind, if you're following it from behind, you'd think it's actually a builder's van. You wouldn't actually think it was a bit of a day van. So hopefully this will just take that look away from it with all this green paint and glue that's been spilt down on it. So that's our 3 screws undone. So just pull it back a bit. Right, there we go. Right, just bear in mind now we've got our sensors on here. And it's a broken clip there. In fact, all these bottom clips are actually broken there. So let's just pull that wire out of there. And the way these sensors just pull out, they've got a little clip either side, and then just pull the tabs apart and they just come out like that. 2 of them there. Again, you've just got 2 little spring clips, open them up and then push it from the outside there, look. Pull them apart and push. And that is our sensors all out. So we'll just stick them under the van, get them out of the way. Yeah, it's well and truly added this bumper. Put that out there. And these are the old clips that have actually snapped off of the other bumper. All 4 of them are gone. Two there, 3, 4. And as I say, this bumper bar is actually all nice and straight there. So just noticed this is actually kicked back a bit, this corner here. You can see we've got a high spot there as where it goes up one side, and this one's got a bit of a triangle, so this actually needs pulling out of it. So I'm just going to go out the back, get myself some tools, and we'll pull this out a little bit, but the whole main structure is perfectly fine. So that's obviously where it's just had a knock in that corner, and that's why that bumper was all cracked. So let me just get me tools. We'll give this a pull out, and hopefully we can straighten this up. It doesn't warrant a new one, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Right folks, so I've actually just gone and got myself a long bar. Now I'm just going to stick this in here. By all means, I'm no body shop tech repairer or nothing like that, so I'm just doing it as myself, just having a go myself at home, just to save a few quid. So I'm going to put this in here, lever against that, and to be honest, we're not actually too far off there, because that corner actually is in the right place there. So I'm quite happy with that actually. We've actually got that nice point there. I could probably just do with tapping that down a little bit there, but I don't know where my hammer is, so I'm probably going to leave it at that, because that's brought the bracket back around under here now, where our bumper is going to clip into. Yeah, I'm really happy with that actually. That has come out now, so that corner is on corner of that bumper there, and it's exactly the same just on this corner here. So them corners both meet up, which is really good. And again, once we come to painting this new bumper that I'm putting on, when we take it off to paint it again, I'll probably just give this a bit of a rub down and give this a bit of a hammer out as well, just to protect it. So if we bring the new bumper down now, I'm just going to let it sit on my foot for a minute. So coming in here, these are our sensors, just make sure there's nothing on them. They are painted silver, so they're going to look a bit odd through the bumper there because they're silver, but that's not a big issue. So you just push them in and they clip in perfect. I mean, you can put a bit of glue on them if you want, but I say we're going to be having them out again pretty soon when we're doing a bit of painting, so they should be fine like that as they are. Just push them in, pull them tabs over. There's not much room here for you to be seeing much, so. And also put your cables in your locating spaces just to protect them. Yeah, it's a bit hard fiddly to show you this bit. So now I'm just going to lift that bumper up. Alright, sorry about that folks, I don't know how much you actually see of me putting that bumper on. The camera actually stopped recording because it's really hot here today in the UK and it actually overheated the camera. So I've actually got the 2 end screws in now. I'm just going to stick the last middle screw in and that's the bumper actually fitted then. So I say I'm not sure where you actually see me finishing off in the last clip, because I say I didn't realise it had stopped recording. So it's pretty straightforward to fit. Once you get them bottom clips in, it's just a matter of coming up the top then and sticking your final 3 screws in. So I'm just going to stick this old weather strip back on for now. I say I do need to get a new one of these. These are coming in at about, I think they're coming in at about between 50 and 60 quid for these as well. So all these little parts do add up to quite a substantial amount of money once you start adding them all up together. I say the bumper, the front bumper from a main dealer is 550 quid plus VAT. You can get them from the eBay sellers for insurance approved for about 175. So I'll probably be going down that route again, seeing as this one fits pretty much as good as a standard one. So let's take a look at this door handle now. So as you can see, I've took my internal handle off, internal card off, and to be honest with you, I don't think I need to, because you can actually do this just from outside the vehicle. I'm getting a bit carried away there. So this is what happens to my one now. Let me just hold the door shut because it's not locked. So when you pull the door to open it, this is what happens. Look, the whole handle actually comes out. So I'm just going to show you now the difference of the 2 handles. So if you can just see how the bottom of this line and this line, this is lovely and straight, where that one's all worn and all over the place. And looking in the handle, I don't know where the camera's picking up, this one's actually got a little latch there, a little clip, where this one's just a hollow hole there. So my temporary fix did last for about 3 weeks, but I say I did order it because I knew it weren't a good fix. That there's nothing you could really do with that, it's beyond repair. So again, this cost about 13 or 14 pound, and the way you put it in, and this is the same way as if you was going to remove a handle off of these Vivaros, you feed it through like that and then you pull back against to pulling towards the lights and just give it a knock, and that's it, that's in there. Right folks, so the handle's all clipped back in there, just that little cliction there. There's a little tab there, and that actually locates in the handle, and that's what makes it operate and work as it should. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this panel back on now, which is a fairly straightforward job. It's just on poppers, and just make sure you've got your handle up there. So just work out where your poppers are, and then you want to get your handle, and your little bar just locks into that little rubber grommet there. So it's a bit awkward to try and show you this on camera. Just get it in, push it up like that, and again this one's a T30 screw again, There's more in-depth video on this on my playlist for the Vauxhall Vivaro, where we did take this and strip it down. So if you do need to do that, just head back and check out the playlist for the rear door handle removal. So that's all done up now, as it should be. Make sure everything's popped in. So let's shut this door and see if this handle works. Just get you set up there like that. As you can see, that's where it was previously broken into there. So the colour match ain't too bad on that to that, but I say we will change this out at a later date. So hopefully this handle doesn't come off in my hand again. And there we go, fully sorted. One hand, one finger, no problems there at all. So that's 2 good jobs done today, and it has changed the look of the Vivaro a bit on the back end. It does look a bit of a basic spec one now, with the standard colour matte black bumper. It just yeah, it makes it feel like a different van actually. So what we'll do now is I'm just going to pull this bit of film off of these reflectors. There we go. And what I also did do is I just kept the old reflectors off of the other bumper, just in case. You never know, this one might get knocked in the future, might lose a reflector, or it might get damaged. So they only just spring loaded clips one side, just push a spring in and they come out. So as you can see, the difference from that to that, that's 100 times better. I say it wouldn't be a big issue. You can leave these black, because I say they do bring them out in factory as black as well, but I say this is the sportive model, so I do want to keep it all colour coded. So once we do start getting a bit of paint done, I say this needs to be welded up, this hole here, and this back door is going to want a bit of paint as well then. So yeah, it's coming along slowly, Vivaro. Next job hopefully will be the front bumper on it. I need to get one of them ordered pretty soon. And I say once the front bumper's ordered, we'll go ahead then and get a roof spoiler, just a subtle standard Vauxhall one. Nothing drastic, just smartens the look of the van up a bit, makes it look a bit more sporty and more of it, a bit more day vanish then. So we're not going for the stealth camp look. This is just going to be a nice general day van. Then hopefully once we got all the paint and all that done, we might be able to look at maybe getting a set of side bars or some side skirts and a set of alloy wheels then, and that will just finish the van off. And then who knows, we might actually put it up for sale and get ourselves something a bit bigger. So you may wonder why I'm chucking a bit of extra cash at it, because this van cost me peanuts basically. So I can afford to chuck a bit of cash at this and I can still make a nice tidy profit on it. So maybe once the van's done and it's all finished, we might go through a few prices, what it's cost me, what the van cost me, what the builds cost me, and what we'll be selling it for if we do sell it. But I think down the line, I think we will probably sell it, because I want a bit of a bigger one, because when we go out as a family as 4, it is doable in this, but it is a bit tight. So, and it'd be nice just to have a bit of headroom to stand up in there as well. So again, this bumper and the rear door handle kit, I'll leave links for them down below. I say you could probably get both of these for about 100 quid for the full, for both kits all in together. So yeah, that's gonna have to get rid of now, and we'll leave it here for this little video. And I'd just like to say thank you to all my subscribers that went over to see Jeff and Jenny's classic restorations after their fire. That he's been inundated and overwhelmed with all your kind support and your donations on the GoFundMe page as well. So, and again, thank you to Tom from Evolution for sorting out Jeff with a nice brand new saw as well. So thank you very much everybody, and until next time, we'll see you about.